Hello everyone, this is Crystal School of Skill Bead Artistry classes, and I want to say a very big congratulations to all our students who has been participating in our past classes. And wow, you guys blew my mind. You are awesome. Today we are going straight to the classes we have today. We are going to be learning how to do a very trending necklace. This particular design has been there for quite some decades, but recently started trending again. It is actually called by Nigerians Abuja connection. The reasons, I don't know. How the name came up, I don't know. Okay, let's go ahead. You're going to thread in your needle. We are using 2 needles. You will thread in your needles with like 2 yards or 1.5 yard of thread of your fish line. I'm using 30 millimeters, size 30 millimeters fish line, and the best is actually 25 millimeters for this design when you're using 11O seed bead. This design is actually made with crystals, 4 millimeters or 6 millimeters. The best is 4 millimeters. Then a sand bead of maybe same color or different color from the crystals, depending on how you want your design to come out. Okay, I'm going to thread in one end of my needle. You're going to thread in one end of your needle, your thread into a needle, then the other end of the same thread to the left. Now you're going to fix your hook. Can be a large hook, a small hook, but for the training sake I'm using a small hook. So you fix the hook into the thread like this. Drag it to the end of the thread and tie it twice or 3 times. That will be okay. Here it is. Oh, sorry. Here it is. Okay. Now we go. For beauty's sake and excellence, I'm going to be using a sand bead to decorate the tip of my thread before we start. Now this design, you actually start it with the right angle weave mat. In my last week training, I taught you guys how to make a right angle weave mat. So if you were not in the last class, you can go download the videos, check how to make a right angle weave mat. So we're going to pick the seed bead or sand bead or whatever it is called where you are. I'm going to pick 3 with my right needle. Sorry. Then pick another 3 with my left needle. 1, 2, 3. Drag it down the thread. Okay, now we're going to pick 1 crystal here. Push it down a bit and go through the same crystal with the left needle, just like that, as though you're tying it. That is how matting starts. Okay, go down and you get something like this. If you don't get something like this, then you didn't follow. Okay, now we start our matting with 1 crystal back on the right, another crystal on the left, then pick another crystal on the right, drag it down a bit and use the left needle and go back through the same crystal, the last crystal you picked, and drag all down. And when you do, you're going to have this lovely piece here. This is our right angle we've marked. Okay, now we start the Abuja connection immediately. Now you're going to pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seed bead with your right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here with my right needle, drag it down, pick another 7 with my left needle. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 6, and 7 with that's my left needle. Okay, here it is. The right needle here, the left needle. These are both of them 7, 7. Then you pick one crystal. Here it is. Drag it down a bit, and with your left needle go back through that same crystal. Here. Drag everything to the end. Here you are. You have this. You have this. Okay, we continue our mat. We pick one crystal again on the right, another crystal on the left. Then pick one extra on your right, drag it down a bit, and here use the left hand, cross over it. Cross over. Yep, like that. Drag your thread down. You have something like this. Then go ahead with your sand bead. Pick 7 sand bead again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here it is. 7 sand bead. At times it gets hooked. I just hold it with my plier and drag it down. Then another 7 sand bead with your left needle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, when you have put the 7 on the right and 7 on the left, you pick one crystal and cross over with your left needle. Cross over the bead you picked on the right with the left needle. You have this, and this is all you continue doing until you have your desired length. You have a full neck length or bracelet length that you would like. You might want it choky, you might want it a bit droppy, and however you want it. So you continue until you have a desired length. I want to show you the one I made before now, but I made it with size 8 mm. I was just trying something funny. It wasn't nice because the beads are very fat. Here it is. This is 8 millimeters. The best is actually 4 mm or 6 mm. 6 mm is manageable, but 4 is the best. Here it is. So I'll make one more line and show you how to add to it and make it a full necklace. I'll just make one more line. Now, go ahead and pick one on the right, one crystal on the right. Another crystal on the left. Then pick one crystal with your right needle bring it down a bit and cross over it with the needle on the left, just like this, and tie it up. Here it is. You have this. Then we'll continue with the 7. You pick another 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. Pick another one with your left needle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Okay. Pick one crystal and go through it with your left needle. Drag down. Here. Okay, let's continue the mat. Let's complete the mat. You pick one crystal on your right, one left, then pick one extra for the top. Drag it down a bit with your left needle, cross over it, just like this, just like that. Drag everything down, and you have this. Ooh. Here we go. Okay, now I'm going to assume that I've already made a complete rope. Is already full neck length on this, so I'm going to show you right away how to add to it. Now let's assume that this is already full necklace, is long enough to get everywhere around my neck. So we are going to tie it to the next space on the hook. So you go ahead, just like we've been doing, or just like we did earlier with the other side of the hook when we started. You're going to pick 3 sand bead or seed bead, whichever one you call it. 3 seed bead with your right needle, and 3 seed bead with your left needle. 1, 2, 2, 3. Here. Then use your hook to tie it like that. Pick up your hook like this. It's blurry. I wonder why it's a bit blurry. Sorry. Trying to pick my hook. Okay, pick it up just like this. As soon as you come out of it, then tie your work. You're tying like this. Two and 3. Now, to continue to make your work very stable, you have to use the same thread, go in between all the beads, maybe 4 to 5 lines, like 1, 2, 3, 4. You go in between the beads, then make a little knot. I like tying my bead a lot. I wouldn't want someone to wear it and the bead gets to cut or the person starts complaining that a bead loosened. I wouldn't like that. So I thread in my beads properly. Threading your needle inside the bead, maybe 1, 2, 3, about 3 lines. Then tie it. Make a little knot as you go through. Make a little knot. After making your knot and you're sure that your necklace is secured, you can now cut off your thread. But right now I'm going to show you how to add the second line. So let's assume that I've threaded in my thread and I've made all the knots and I've cut off my thread. So you string another thread. You string another thread just like you did the first time. Maybe one and a half yard. You string your needle on the right thread. Then on the left, you string another needle, same 2 needles on the left thread. So you go inside the bead. You still tie the needle you threaded, you tie it inside, you tie it on your hook like this. You tie it on this hook. Then you go back inside the bead, inside this bead here, this sand bead. Go in between. Then the other needle, you do the same thing. You thread it right inside the other side of this sand bead, this side. You threaded the other one, the first one here, here, here. Second one you're threading here. Thread it. Okay, just like we've been doing in our normal matting, sorry, you're going to go through this crystal right here. With your right needle, go through the crystal up here. Bring your thread out. Sorry, my thread tied a bit. With this, you have to be very careful so that you don't get a tied up thread. Okay, going through this. Come out on the other side. Go through the one under here. Go through this one right here. Come out under there. With the left hand needle, I'm gonna go through the middle one, this middle one, this one, this one. Move up. Then this one that is sticking out here, I'm gonna go through it. And that one. Now I have my thread coming out in the same area. Okay, now the thread on the top. The same thread on the top, I'm going to bring it down to the middle, this middle right here, the last one, this last crystal. I'm going to go through this crystal.